We go. There we go. Now, how's everybody doing? Didn't know I streamed. Yo, so here's the deal: is as usual, it's kind of time for. Wait a second. Why is my chat not working? Let me just refresh cache. Refresh cache of this page. Otherwise, because let's see, the URL is okay, so I got my bot. Okay, here's my bot. Hang on, we got it. We always gotta have tech issues at the start. What are we doing here? I'm on my bot, and then right, and then there is servers clients. There we go. WebSocket server. All right. And then now we've also.
What the hell is going on here?
Hang on. This square up here is supposed to be my chat. But I don't see what's happening. Maybe I gotta re-grab the URL or something. So here we go. All right, so here's. Oh my gosh. General settings. Overlay. Save and copy. Overlay URL. All right. Wait a second. Now it's just working. Okay, never mind. It just started working while I was doing this. All right, never mind. There we go. There we go. It turns out that it just works. Okay, perfect.
What are these holes in the wall for?
All right. We're back. So how's everybody doing? Welcome. So what's been going on? Of course, first of all, DBZ with the first. And then secondly, let me tell you about being a dad. Being a dad so far is about getting up at like 9:45, and the first thing I do is I make a cup of coffee with the Keurig, and then I don't drink the coffee until 11:30. Oh, yeah. But what can I say? The kid is too cute. I'm doing
it, Daddy.
The daily schedule that we've got going on is I stay up a little bit late with the kid, and so that I can feed her at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then at that point, Mrs. Dash goes to bed earlier than I do, right? You have 4 kids, yeah. So I'm on my first, and yeah. So generally, how it goes is, I stay up a little bit late. Mrs. Dash goes to bed early, right? And then I will feed her at like. Whenever it feels about right. Well, basically, whenever she wakes up and she's hungry, and it's like between midnight and 2, right? That'll be this is the last one bottle for tonight, and then I put her in the bassinet in the bedroom, and I go to bed, and then by the time the next time she wakes up and she's hungry again, it's gonna be like 5, right? Maybe 4 if we're unlucky, but it's going to be like 5 or 6. And then at that point, Mrs. Dash is ready to get up and take care of her, right? So then that means that when I get up at, 9:30, 10, that means, though, that like Mrs. Dash has been up for 4 hours, dealing with the baby and doing like her morning routine, which includes like chores, but then also like feeding the cats and then doing other girly things, right? Like she's baking cookies today also, and so yeah. So then when I get up though, I feel like I gotta relieve a little bit of her stress right away, I left the bald spot light on again, dude. The light that makes it look like I have a bald spot, I'm turning it off, dude. I'm turning it off. Oh. When your chair like this started falling apart, the flakes got everywhere. Oh yeah, dude, the flakes are everywhere. We find not so much anymore because because all of the flaked parts are flaked by now. But yeah, these chair flakes are kind of all over the house. Ifrit, thank you for resubscribing. Nutwalker also, thank you both. And yeah, happy Friday. The resubs are kind of gonna pop off, I think, for a bit today because I have not been streaming very much, right? So this is kind of what's been happening as far as the streaming is concerned. Is, you know, I've got stuff to do during the day every day, kind of like what I was just saying. And then the only time that I've ever really the only time that it's ever felt like I've been able to stream has been in the evening, mostly. Speaking of, I got this ugly monitor back here, too. I hate having this monitor here while I'm here. It looks terrible in the shot. Ugh. But that's my drum kit monitor, which is kind of what we're getting at here. Shmeezy! Shmeezy, thank you. For subscribing as well. And yeah. So here's the deal, is that like, it's always in the evening that I feel like I've got time to stream. MRPJ! Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Holy shit, thank you. That's huge. But yeah, so gosh, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. There's more happening. DB Zima, thank you for subscribing as well. Here, we got let's just get this going on here. And then okay, what was I Sorry, I haven't done a traditional stream in a minute, so I'm a little confused here. Bring this down to there, and then we'll say, all right. So usually when we get settled for the day, and it's like we've got a few hours of just free time. At that point, it's the evening, and all I want to do is play the drums. You know. I'm just playing the drums is all I've been wanting to do. So that's why my last like 3 or maybe even 4 streams have been drum streams. And so those don't happen on YouTube because of copyright stuff. YouTube is more bitchy about copyright. So if you're interested in the drum streams, then you can find them on Twitch or on Kick. But yeah, those aren't on YouTube. But anyway, now that I've finished Pragmata, am I playing anything at the moment? Yes, I am playing Silent Hill F, which I've been really enjoying so far. Yeah, Silent Hill F has been great. And then my wife and I are continuing Yakuza 5. We're like 70 hours into Yakuza 5. And you know, it feels like we're far, but it doesn't feel like we're almost done yet, you know? There's still quite a bit to do. And then I just started Mina the Hollower also. Mina the Hollower, I'm working on, all right? So far my thoughts on Mina the Hollower are that initially I did not like the combat. I think and here's the deal. I've got follow-ups for each of these points. I'm not digging the combat that much because it feels like Yacht Club took a class on how to make every enemy as annoying as possible with the way that they behave, you know? However, what I'm finding out as I continue to play it, what I'm finding out is I need to use my sub-weapons more. I think that's been my big problem, is that I have been underutilizing the sub-weapons. Now, that said, though, I really like the axe, and I don't really like the other ones that much. Like the fogger, I'm not super into, or like the umbrella that shoots. The umbrella, I don't really like very much, you know. So maybe it's just the axe I like. I don't know. But yeah. It's like the thing is like the 4-directional attack aspect of Mina isn't bad on its own. Because I love Binding of Isaac, right? Binding of Isaac has 4-directional attack as well. But there's 2 differences. One is that it's ranged, and 2 is that you can move while you're attacking. In Mina, here's how I feel about Mina, is I feel like every enemy is able to jump across the entire screen and hit you, and they do a combo where they do it like 4 times in a row. And you don't have... you barely have any time, like, anytime that you try to hit the enemy, you have to stop in place. It's like you stop in place and attack, and in that time, all the enemies are so aggressive and have so much range that they can always hit you back, is what it feels like a lot of the time. But not, but like I said, though, I'm starting to get used to it. I'm starting to figure it out. I just activated the first generator, and I'm, you know, and I feel like it's starting to click a little bit more for me. And Yos Wonderland. The other thing that's been bugging me about it is that it took me forever to find the first place to go. So I don't know how everybody experience, if everybody else experienced the same thing as me, but it was like, okay, so I get to the main hub, the main city, and it's like I try to go one direction and I need a Kier. So I try to go another direction, but there's a door that I need more sparks to be able to open. So I try to go another direction, and there's a door that I need more sparks to open. So I try to go another direction, and there's a door that I need more sparks to open. But then I get a Kier, and so I open a gate, but there's nothing really behind it. I just get like a trinket or maybe nothing, right? So then there's like 4 other Kier spots that I can open, but I don't have any more, and so I have to buy them from the shop. But like the shop, they get more expensive every time you buy them from the shop, and every time that I buy one and use it, I get barely nothing out of it. And I would rather be using my bones to do anything else, because there's so many things to buy with the bones. There's weapon upgrades, there's shop upgrade, or not shop upgrades, there's but underlab. The underlab upgrades, the different trinkets from like the trinket shop. There's so many things to buy with your bones, let alone just leveling up, that it feels really annoying to keep buying keys with all of my money and having them feel like they don't do anything for me. So that was bugging me as well. So yeah, so I'm having a little bit of a rough time getting into the game. But I do feel like it's starting to click. I feel like it's starting to click. I'm starting to like it a lot more. Yeah, it's Mina the Hollower we're talking about. It's starting to click a little bit better for me. And then here's the other thing about the game, though, and this is something that really can keep anyone going. If you're struggling to get into a game, here's what kind of really keeps you going, is the fact that this game's art and soundtrack are 10 out of 10. The presentation of this game could not be better. Like, the graphics are so fucking good. The game looks so awesome. And, like, the soundtrack is really, really great. And just the very general sort of like Game Boy Color feeling to the way that like the gameplay is really, really excellent. Yo, Blink. So like the game is constantly a pleasure to just look at and listen to, you know? And that really has kept me it kept me interested even through like a little bit of frustration about the game design, you know? So yeah, just a absolutely gorgeous game. And so far I would recommend it. And yeah, I just finished the swamp area. But yeah, so I've been playing Mina the Hollower, I've been playing Silent Hill F, I've been playing Yakuza 5, I've been playing Slay the Spire 2. Anything else? Let me tell you what I want to play today. If we get around to playing any video games today, you know what I want to play? I've been talking about it for a little bit now. God of War 2. I finished I played through God of War Original on stream, like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago or something. Maybe it was a year ago, actually. I don't know. I played through God of War like a year ago, and ever since I've been wanting to play through God of War 2 again, because I've only played through God of War 2 once. Crimson Desert I haven't played. That looks pretty cool. The other game the game that I really want to play right now after Silent Hill F is Stellar Blade. I've not played Stellar Blade, and it looks awesome. So I'm wanting to play through that. I want to get to Armored Core 6 also. But yeah, so that's those are kind of the things that I have on the plate there. The God of War 2 cliffhanger. Yes, yeah, like I don't even remember the cliffhanger. I just remember God of War 3. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I played original God of War when I was younger, and then I didn't play God of War 2 until God of War 3 was already out, you know? And so yeah, in fact, I think I played 3 before I played 2 even. When I was younger. So yeah, I wasn't really affected by that. And then did I see Lukuki got SMB world record? Yes. We're gonna have to talk a little bit about the SMB drama follow-up. And maybe we should hop into that right away. So I kind of gave you the catch up a little bit on like a little bit of dad life, a little bit of off stream gaming life. When was God of War here? Let me give you an actual answer. The last time I played through God of War was almost a year ago. Almost 2 years ago. Okay, yeah. No, it was July of 2024. Holy shit, time flies, dude. It feels like it was 6 months ago. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, I've been thinking about playing through God of War 2 ever since. Would I be down to be a prototype tester when your controller is more mature? Oh, sure. You've been playing FF7 for the first time. How do you beat Ruby Weapon? Okay, so the thing about Ruby Weapon, I think Ruby Weapon is the hardest boss. I think Ruby Weapon is harder than Emerald Weapon. And all I can say is there are many ways to beat him. And I don't want to give you any particular direction because it'll ruin it, you know? Like there are things I could say that would trivialize the boss completely, and I don't want to do that. I want you to enjoy, strategizing it for yourself. The materia system, just get creative with materia. That's what I'll tell you. If there are any mechanics in the game that you've been ignoring, I would say I would say try to engage with those mechanics maybe. All right. But yeah, I mean, Ruby Weapon took me a long time to beat my first try. Okay. So what are we talking about? I think the last 2 years flew. Wait for the next 18. I know what you mean, Vandy man, for sure. And that's the thing is like, so Baby Dash is already 6 weeks old, and like, man, it's already flying. Final Fantasy VIII Junction system, I think, is awesome. The only thing about junctioning is that drawing is a little tedious, but like all you have to do really to mitigate it for the most part is junction everybody's magic stat first, right? And then if you have good magic, then you can draw more easily. But even then, it's still a little tedious. But I think that the junction system in and of itself, though, is very interesting and very fun. Like, yes, it can get you overpowered relatively easily, but, I mean, I don't know. I always like the feeling in games of, like, being given a system that allows you to get overpowered if you understand it well enough and, you know, put enough time into it. Yeah, I like the option. And yeah, I just think it's very fun and satisfying. You like that they combat drawing with the refine abilities? Yes, that too, Blink, is that my first playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII, I didn't really use the refine abilities, and then I found out that they were really good on my second playthrough. So yeah, that's true as well. Okay. Let us talk about who needs. We need like a little recap on the Super Mario Bros. Situation, right? All right, here. Let me find a couple things to talk about because we're gonna get. We're gonna get back into that story in a second here because I was given some information about it. Where's the Nifsky video? I guess we go to his channel. Or did he remove the video? Or was it, maybe it's on his, probably on like a second channel or something. Nifsky deleted it. Oh, okay. All right. So, I guess I'll just give you guys the follow-up. So we got to talk about the follow-up to the SMB1 drama that happened earlier. And so I need to give you guys the short version, though. The short version is that... let me try to remember for myself here. Okay, so Nifsky had the world record in Super Mario Bros. Any percent. And he had like a whole bunch of world records for this game, actually. If we just pop over to SMB1, we can see that he's now third place for regular any percent. But he does have the Warpless world record still. He has got the All-Stars world record, and he's got the Warpless All-Stars world record, right? So he's pretty dominant. And the thing is, though, that nowadays in SMB, in order to get world record, they have to do like crazy strats that have really, really wild inputs for the player. And a lot of players, I would say, I think the majority of, but or at the very least a lot of the top players nowadays are playing on keyboard. But here's the thing about, and as we can see Nifsky right here playing on keyboard. Now here's the thing though, is that Nifsky developed a personal strat for one room where in order to do the inputs needed, in order to do the inputs needed to do the fast acceleration strat to get the best time, in one particular room, he would switch to a controller. He would switch over to a regular NES controller and do it with his fingers. And then when Mario went down the pipe during the transition to the next room, he would switch back to his keyboard and play the rest that way. There was just one particular trick that he thought was easier to do on controller, and so he did it on controller. And everyone saw that and were like, yeah, that's fine, right? Why would that be a problem? But then after including a moderating decision, right? The moderators did come up with a couple rules about it. They said like, okay, so if you're gonna be switching between two different inputs or controllers, you can only have one keyboard and you can only have one controller or something like that. You can't like switch between two controllers or two keyboards. Which personally, again, to reiterate my thoughts, I think what the fuck is the reason for that? I don't understand why that matters at all. But that's what they said. And then they also said some things about debounce, like some restrictions on your debounce settings. And the debounce thing, however, I have a lot more thoughts on debounce, but that's a different rabbit hole to get into. Point is, they made a restriction about it. Okay, so the moderators said yes, everything's fine with input swapping as long as you follow these couple guidelines. But then, like a month later, 2 months later, a short amount of time later, all of a sudden, the moderators did another vote. They relitigated the issue, and instead of an almost unanimous, or I think it was a unanimous vote to say input swapping is fine, in like 1 month, maybe it was a little bit longer, all of a sudden, they did a second vote that was almost unanimously the other way. Grey Wolf, thank you for subscribing. They almost unanimously all flip-flopped to the opposite answer for some reason, right? Am I worried that Zeal is coming for Hundo record? No, I hope he gets sub 15. I hope that he smashes it. You know, it's pretty cool that he's doing you know, that because he's doing a different sorry, this is a little bit of an aside. He's doing a different route than I am, and I want to see that route succeed. So I hope the best for him. My only little bit of saltiness about my own 100% world record is that I lost like 7 minutes to hardware issues. My PS2, I think it was overheating during the run. Like once we got that far into the run, and it was having trouble loading disc 2 and loading disc 3, and it was having trouble like hard resetting, you know? Yeah. So I lost a ton of time to fucking hardware issues. So I'm a little salty about that, but you know, I definitely want to see Zeal succeed with the new route that that kind of Blink made. Well, I'm in with the route. I probably don't have time. I have a kid now. I probably don't have time to run Hundo anymore, like at all. At least not for a long time. And okay, so anyway, but we're not talking about FF7. We're talking about SMB. So where was I? The moderators, they like almost unanimously flip-flopped to the opposite answer, which is very strange. So Nifsky released a video alleging that one Guy in particular, who happens to be the guy that had a time better than Nifsky, he alleged that guy in particular sort of coordinated the entire effort to reverse the moderation decision, specifically targeting Nifsky's progress, right? Nifsky was making really good progress to tie the TAS and make it so that humans beat the game as fast as TAS can. But he alleged that Averge couldn't really... Well, actually, I don't want to put words in Nifsky's mouth because I just started to give my opinion. But that it was Averge who brought up the idea to the moderators to relitigate the issue, and then and there was a lot of proof showing this. Very, very hard, rallied and fought for input switching to then be banned. And my overall thoughts on it are that I think it's fine to have an opinion. I think, especially since Averge was considered to be a consultant, so he was someone who the moderators specifically said is we take this guy's opinion seriously. And he's not the only consultant. There were several consultants, right? But I'm just saying, the moderators specifically made the judgment that he is one of the consultants who's worth listening to, right? So I think given all that, it's fine to be opinionated. It's fine to rally people to your cause. But a lot of the methodology that was shown was very, very annoying, bitchy, Karen-y behavior. That seemed to go way beyond the duties of just being a consultant, right? So that is where we were at a little while ago, and then unfortunately I never really got to hear Averge's side because he didn't have a video about it or anything. I saw that he released he released some kind of Google Doc that had some screenshots of people saying naughty things in a Discord. But Nifsky wasn't the person saying any of those things in the Discord. So I don't really know what the point was of that. So yeah, I saw the one little Google Doc that he released, and it was totally nothing. I don't know. I didn't care about it at all. So that's kind of where we left off. But here's the deal: is somebody sent me on something on Twitter. Let me find it real quick. Virtue Rabbit, aka Truth Bunny, on Twitter sent me this. So we have big answers about all this. And Martin, hang on. Let's not get spoiled here. Okay. So oh, okay. So this got pretty crazy, didn't it? I think some other things happened behind the scenes that got pretty wild. But let's see what we got here. So this is the actions, reasons, and evidence community-facing version. Are we ready? So Averge, once again, this is well, I mean, we have the reason here. So Oh, and we have exhibits here. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. So here we go. Oh, this is great. All right. So we can sum all of this up. So here we go. A Verge has been removed from the moderation team indefinitely. I didn't know he was a moderator. I thought that he was only a consultant. But all right. Maybe, maybe he got added to the mod team later or something like that. I'm not sure. Banned from the community Discord for the rest of the year. All right. And so what's the reason? Conspired to rush and manipulate the moderator vote on input swapping. All right. So let's see some of the evidence for this is Exhibit 1. So here we go. Claiming victory over the input swapping vote before the period has ended. So he's saying, no, it's at 12 votes now, meaning it's no longer possible for yes to have the majority. Okay, yes. So this was a Verge. I don't know what I don't know what like the fancy like Reddit term for this is, but yes, even though basically this is a stop the count. This is stop the count, right? Because the moment that it got to like a majority vote in his favor, he was saying this is him saying like basically stop the count, right? Don't allow people to reconsider for the remaining vote period or anything like that. We're acting like it's done right now. A Verge presuming Loopy's fiance, or pressuring, Loopy's fiance, to tell Loopy to hurry up and vote to close the voting as soon as possible. So yeah. So this is him saying, by the way, tell Loopy to lock in on mod server at some point so we can get the rule update out expeditiously. This is what I was saying was, again, like there's nothing like really illegal about this, right? And not to be so dramatic, but that's the point, is what I'm saying is that like it's not super dramatic, but this is what I was saying is like this gives people the ick to DM somebody's fiance in order to get to them is like very yucky behavior. Because like I said, I've had somebody DM Mrs. Dash to tell me something, and I'm telling you, she did not appreciate it. She got the ick from that person. Now, if you have ever DM'd Mrs. Dash to talk to Mrs. Dash, that's not what I'm talking about. You're cool. You're fine. I'm saying specifically DMing her to tell me something. But okay. The next exhibit, Lane saying not to rush mod decisions and to disclose any conflicts of interest or biases in the future. Also exclaiming that a Verge may have been coming across as pushy or rushing the vote, specifically when the vote was at a majority for banning input swapping. So yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about. And then and then so this was kind of it talking about that like they were specifically trying to push this this rule change against Nifsky. Here it is. So the vote went through, and they're like specifically calling out this as being a problem for Nifsky, that the vote has been changed. Okay. So then we have evidence for involvement in doxing. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't read this. So involvement with doxing a community member and other instances. Okay. So we'll get through that. So this I don't think I saw. A Verge spreading personal info about the community member in their private Discord server. Okay, so revealing information. Okay. Yeah, so you'll never fucking believe whose name we just found out, or we just found. The tables have turned. And then they say who, and then this is him saying that this user is this person, first and last name. Huh. Yeah, all right. And then oh yeah, and then this is kind of them saying that business. All right. So then and then we have other behavior. What's other behavior? Or wait, 2A. Okay, 2B. Okay, and now yeah. Now they're just revealing more information about the person. Okay. Don't worry about it, Mrs. Dash. You're getting back. You got backed up. Here, let me find the. Oh wait, I don't have to find the link. I guess I can just copy it here and then send it to you that way. Okay. Next. So yeah. So this is just about a bunch of doxing stuff. Gotcha. All right, next. Next we have slurs. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about slurs. So, all right. Next, okay, and now we're on to wait, Exhibit 4. What happened to 3? Oh, 3 was that stuff. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, there we go. And so that was a Verge. So now we are on to this part. So Amber is, if I remember right, she is the moderator that a Verge was believed to be dating, and that was alleged to be a big part of a Verge being able to have an in to like convince and sway and get motion on reversing the vote, right? And you know, like it's a direct in for a Verge who I thought was not a moderator at the time. But all right, so removed from the moderation team indefinitely, banned from the community Discord until September. Okay. So not as harsh. And so we have, you know, the conspiracy once again, the doxing once again, and then leaking mod server messages. Okay, so I guess they have a separate Discord, or maybe not even a separate Discord. They might just have a separate channel, like a private channel within the Discord that they're not allowed to leak messages out of. So, all right. Okay, Sully Rocks. I don't know who this person is. I don't remember their part of the story, but let's find out what was a thing. So removed from moderation team, no longer a community server admin. Gotcha. Was aware of and allowed the doxing in. Okay. So it was Sully's private Discord that the doxing occurred in, and they didn't do anything about it. Gotcha. All right, Swaggins. Removed from moderation team. Banned from the Discord until July. All right, so just this month for the involvement of the doxing. Gotcha. JS Carbo banned. Oh, so JS Carbo is banned from running the game. So that's interesting. Flagrant misconduct. Including sending a penis to the main chat of the Blazing. Okay. Right. So I did hear about this, that there was some wild stuff happening in the Blazing Eights server. And now, okay, yeah. So people are asking, like, why isn't the punishment for doxing harsher? I think let's take a look real quick. I don't think it was really anything other than their name, right? And I don't know what the I don't know what the legality is on doxing as far as like what the line is. I feel like isn't it somebody's like home address is where it becomes illegal? I'm not sure. I don't know if just saying somebody's name is illegal, because that kind of thing gets its home address. See, that's what I thought, because like people's names get revealed or get like leaked all the time just from like lawsuits and stuff, you know? Like, have you ever had a streamer that you like gets like sued and then now you learn what their name is because it's on the court document, you know? So yeah. So they're calling it doxing based on just revealing personal information about him, but it doesn't seem to be to the legal degree. But anyway, so evidence for sending an explicit image while pinging a minor. Oh my god. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta bring this off screen to see how Okay. So what we have here is just the post with the ad, and then this person like confirming that that not only were they a minor, but everyone knew that there wasn't, or that they were a minor. So it's, you know, it's not like a total, or it's not like an accident. Okay. Nifsky removed from the moderation team indefinitely. So again, I also didn't know that Nifsky was a moderator. I don't know how much movement there's been through their mod team, but banned from the Discord until September 1st. Okay. So let's see what this is all about. Creation of the public response video. So response video. Okay, so they didn't like that he made a whole video about it. Mishandled his influence by misrepresenting the situation and publicly sensationalizing it. I don't agree with this being something that he did wrong. But let's see what this next one is. Caused unnecessary massive damage to the community. I feel like Nifsky is cleaning up. I think that this are you kidding with this? Massive damage to the community. This entire page of actions to be taken is cleaning up of the community, and none of it would happen if it weren't for Nifsky. None of this would have happened at all. That's crazy. Reached forums of historically dangerous and bigoted people who contributed to the harassment endured by those on the receiving end of Nifsky's rhetoric. What? Reached forums. Like, okay, I understand that you have a problem with dangerous and bigoted people contributing to the harassment of folks, right? And that people harassed people on Nifsky's behalf. But the thing that he did, Hunter, the thing that he did was reached forums. didn't even participate, reached forums. So this means that he was he joined a Discord at some point that had other people saying naughty things in it. Like, are you kidding? That's pretty silly. Failure to take accountability, good. They didn't do anything wrong. Failure to take accountability for harm done in private spaces, good. He doesn't have any accountability for that because it wasn't him. Oh my god. Okay. This is all very silly. However, I don't think it matters that much because this isn't really that big of a deal. So he can't be a moderator. Oh well, right? And then he can't be in the Discord for a while. Oh well. None of this really matters, and so I don't think it really matters that much that this. But yeah. It looks like they're just pushing both sides to remain somewhat neutral. That's how it comes across to me as well. It feels like this entire section is them wanting to seem like they are seeing both sides, right? But it's kind of nonsense. Big, annoying, feminine energy. Very HR coded. The HR coded, I would say. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. So yeah, that's pretty funny. But all right. Hits crits. I don't remember who this is either. But they have only been banned from the Discord for a little while. Aided in creating Nifsky's public response video. Okay, so he didn't do anything wrong. Gotcha. Eyeball, banned from the Discord for a little while. Racism and inappropriate behavior in private servers. Right. Again, I don't, whatever. Ban time is reduced because a long time has passed since these incidents. Okay, sure. Lakuki, removed from the mod team. Involvement in the creation of Nisky's video. Okay. King of Johnny Boy, banned for a little while for inappropriate gestures and offensive jokes made in private spaces. I guess we would have to perhaps actually look through the exhibits if you guys are interested in that stuff, as far as like what the actual okay. I did not expect to see a swastika when I scrolled down. So that's pretty Yo, Makire. So all right. Well, there we go. That is about the I guess that's the sum up, really. So I would say like my sum up of what I'm seeing here is that these two, Averge and Amber, were the two that like actually kind of coordinated the effort to kind of cause the whole problem that we're discussing, right? And then we had these two that were just like involved in what these two did. So I actually like the organization here, right? Where it's like these two did the thing, these two were involved in the thing. This guy is a little bit out of order, but I think his offense is pretty serious, and so he's pretty high up here, which is, you know, tagging a minor in a Discord with a dick pic, which is pretty insane. And then we have Nifsky, who brought everything to light, right? And in my opinion, didn't do anything wrong, And yeah, I agree that it's like it's sort of like pandering to just make it seem like everything is balanced out, right? And then we have these three who were involved in Nifsky's video, right? And then King of Johnny Boy, who is just a bad actor, it seems. But there we go. And so all right. But there is a correction. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the JS Carbo thing I guess was worded differently before. And so that's interesting. Here's what I need to know though, is like, did they reverse are they redoing the vote though? Is that a thing? So latest news, 3 months ago, they said that input swapping is now banned. But now we are not seeing, like, are we gonna see anything involving like a revote for the input swapping again? Because that's like the actual action that matters, right? Like, as far as, okay, so some people got removed from the moderation team and some people got banned from the Discord. But what about the actual problem, which was the banning of input swapping, right? I guess maybe, like, do they need to wait for the people to rejoin the Discord? Then why ban them? Why ban them if that's the case, right? So that seems pretty silly to me. I don't really get that. NES or SNES games should be played with their respective controller. There's definitely a lot of people who agree with that. A big part of it is, what about third-party controllers? How do you feel about third-party controllers? Like, just like a non-Nintendo brand one, you know? Because let me show you something real quick. As long as it doesn't allow impossible inputs? Okay, excellent. Great answer. However, I have something to show you. This is an NES controller. So I made this. It plugs directly into an NES. It literally is an NES controller, but it's a keyboard. And it doesn't allow impossible inputs. You might be like, what about left plus right? It uses an inverter and a NAND gate. Long story short, when you press right, it also disables the left. And when you press left, it also disables the right. Which means if you press both, they're both disabled. And you get no input. And same with up and down. So this is an NES controller. So like, if you wanted the rules to be strict about the controller, you know, I don't know. You'd have to come up with like really specific rules that ultimately get toward what you're trying to accomplish. But to me, I just think keyboards are cool. I like playing games with keyboards, but then also, a lot of people run the game on emulator, and if you run the game on emulator, you're going to use it. It's kind of default to be able to use a keyboard. It allows the insta left right. I think I need to know more what you mean by that. You mean like being able to switch between left and right inputs very quickly, or what do you mean by that exactly? Because yeah, that it's just faster. I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's why like hitboxes have become popular for like fighting games and stuff like that. Is because yes, like I'm not going to tell you that a keyboard isn't objectively better. At least what I think, right? I think keyboards are objectively better to play on, and that's why That's why I made the keyboard controller for the NES, because I like playing on a keyboard. But I don't think it's enough. Like, I can't come up with a rule that feels good that says that a keyboard isn't okay and a controller is, you know? But that's just how I feel about it. And then, yeah, the other big thing, though, is like I was saying, a lot of people play on emulator. And I feel like any run that's on emulator, like, by default, feels like it has to allow keyboard input. But I guess, I don't know. When you come to stuff like Mario 64, though, where, like, you know how in Mario 64, you can run up a ledge by going full analog on, full analog off every other frame. And they made a ruling for that if you use a controller like a hitbox, you're not allowed... Wait, what was it? I feel like there was a ruling for Mario 64 at some point that was like, you're not allowed to replace an analog input with a digital one or something like that. So that would mean that if you were, like, running that game on keyboard, that wouldn't work. I don't know. I guess that gets a little bit complicated once we start talking about analog. But okay. That's the Super Mario Bros. Drama. And yeah, the thing is, I do like controller player, the idea of everybody running on original hardware and controller. And I'll have you know, there is another little bit of new SMB news, which is that Lakuki just got world record, and he plays on an original controller. I don't know if it's not third party, but it is a controller. And that looks like a regular NES brick, doesn't it? No, I don't think that is an original controller. It looks like one of those ones that has the corners tapered off. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like here, let me try to find it. Third party NES controller tapered corners. It's like this one, but darker. But you see how it's got the corners tapered? Because I know I've seen these before. It looks to me like that's the controller that he's using. But anyway, so that's cool. New SMB world record. Okay. We have some other stuff to talk about. Who saw the State of Play? Who all around here watched the State of Play, and what did you guys think of it? All right. You saw a bit. State of Play was dope. Onimusha hype. Wolverine looks ultra violent. Thought it was uninteresting. A lot of dinosaurs. Okay. All good thoughts. I watched the State of Play myself already, so I want to, like, skim through it here and tell you guys my thoughts, all right? So I took notes while I watched it. And so here we go. I'm just gonna tell you guys my thoughts on it real quick. So the first game that they showed was Wolverine. So how I feel about Wolverine is basically this. I could not give less of a shit about anything Marvel or DC related. Like that's my baseline opinion going into it, is even if the gameplay looks fun, just simply the fact that it's like a Marvel thing just makes me not care about it in even the slightest. However, just trying to, you know, put myself in other people's shoes, I can imagine, right? If I was a fan of Wolverine, I feel like I'd be fucking cooming at this entire reveal. I like that. I like the little alien boy also. I feel like this could not look better as far as if you are into Wolverine, right? I don't know. So I'm happy for people who are into it because it looks like it's probably going to be awesome for them. Insomniac is a great developer, you know, and so cool, good job them. Do I have any other notes? Oh yes, also I just like how I like this reveal as well, that it's just a lot of gameplay, right? Like we got cutscenes here, but this very much seems to be like a somewhat unbroken gameplay reveal where this isn't a trailer necessarily. This is just like 5 minutes of the game, cutscenes and gameplay back and forth. Here, I don't get this though. Let me show you something that I don't understand. What's the deal with his eyes? Because these eyes look like a mask, right? It looks like a mask. These look like fake mask eyes to me. However, the actual mask you can see ends right here, and then he's wearing black makeup around his eyes. Like this is black makeup around his eyes. And you can tell because right here he blinks. Hang on. Right, you see the blink? You see him blinking over the weird mask eyes? So this stood out to me a ton while I was watching it. I don't understand. I don't get what his eyes are supposed to be, because it seems like I guess they're supposed to just look like that if he's blinking, but they look like they're supposed to be mask eyes. I don't know. But anyway, rest of my thoughts on the trailer are that they're contact lenses.
You're not going anywhere.
So rest of my thoughts on this are that, like, I think that this is a really good presentation as well. I like that they're just showing gameplay with cutscenes. Awesome. This is what we want to see. I am not going to buy this. I'm not going to play this. But also, I'm pretty sure the last Insomniac game I played was Ratchet Deadlocked for PlayStation 2. So, like, they don't need to listen to me and what I want. I haven't played an Insomniac game for however many years anyway. That's Wolverine. All right. So what was next? They talked about Wolverine. This I have no I don't have any opinions on any fighting games. Here's the thing about fighting. Do people get pumped up with trailers like this? I feel like every single fighting game has the exact same trailer, which is, here's this character doing a combo to a dude. All right. And then, wait, Insomniac made Rift Apart? I actually didn't know that. Minin, you got me. I did play Rift Apart, and that was Insomniac. And you know what? I didn't like it very much. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any opinion on fighting games. I don't play them. Also, this is more Marvel stuff. So I got nothing to say about that. We get into Inzekalatel. How's it going? Hello, welcome. And then we get into this. I never played Rayman Origins. I was watching this, and I was thinking, this looks really fun. This looks really good. However, it is kind of funny that it does turn out that it's a remake. But like, look at this platform in action. I don't know. This looks pretty fun. I might play this, but I think it's unlikely that I'll actually get around to it. But it's kind of this one's a maybe for me. It looks good though. However, it is just a remake, so you can just play Rayman Origins, right? All right, next. Dave the Diver prequel. I thought this was a really good trailer. This is yet another, like, not really a game for me, right? Not really much chance that I'll play this. It's just, it doesn't seem to be what I'm into. But I thought this was a really good trailer. You know, it's got some energy to it. I like the art style. I like the character designs, you know. Good trailer. I liked it. Then what? Then we have this game. This trailer I thought was really bad because I don't know what the game is. So we're gonna speed it up a little bit here. And it's like, okay, we got running up a wall, we got grinding, we got kooky character designs. Like, I'm into some of the artwork, but I don't know. Like, to me, graphically, this looks like anime Fortnite. You know? Like, as in, like, it's got some appeal of, like, some Japanese art that is appealing, but it's been, like, bastardized into Fortnite styling, which I really don't like. And, so I'm not really into how it looks. Yo, Glenn Frog Knight. But then also they keep showing like snippets of like you run up buildings and you punch dudes, but like we're so far into this trailer and I have zero idea what you do in this game. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think this is a bad trailer. Didn't like it. But if anyone else has any thoughts, I'm curious to hear them. But besides that, we're just fast forwarding. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like a Grasshopper game, but again with like the actual cool stuff, you know, turned into Fortnite. And then, okay, so here she like explains the game a little bit. But I still feel like I just do not have an understanding of like what this game is. You enjoy Ghostwire Tokyo? Okay, I have no idea what that game is either. Doesn't give you a clear gameplay loop, exactly. And like maybe that's a lot to ask for from a trailer, to know like what the loop is gonna be, but I don't know. Like that's the type of gamer that I am though. I need to know what the loop is, exactly. Okay, and then we got Tomb Raider. This one, so this is not a remake, right? This is just like a back to the roots Tomb Raider. Is that the idea here? Okay, sorry, we're still fast forwarding a little bit here. So here's the deal. Her getting through traps sounds like a good thing. However, this is obviously a cutscene. So who cares? Her pulling a lever, excellent. Lever opens up a thing, awesome. You know, if we're playing Tomb Raider, this is what we're into. She's doing flips and shooting a bear. That's what we want to see. This looks cool. Puzzle. We're gonna have puzzle solving.
This is a puzzle.
She even said it.
Buried in centuries of silence.
Kicking gears down and pulling them in order to pull into this thing. Like, you can imagine you see what I'm saying? They don't have to tell you. You can just imagine the gameplay loop with this. Like, oh, you're gonna go into a place, this gear is gonna spin and do nothing, but you're gonna be able to climb up to a thing and kick this thing down and then pull it, and then now the puzzle's solved. Awesome. I'm into it.
Strike me as someone who walks past a lot
What I need to know from this trailer, though, is I need to know how the platforming is. Because that's the other thing that I really like about Tomb Raider, and I think that the, like, Uncharted and then later Tomb Raiders got away from, you know? Is like, I want to be sizing up big jumps, you know, and that kind of thing, and all that, but who knows?
I can only trust you with this.
We got dinosaurs. So this is where I started to think that it might be a remake of the first game. And that's what, yeah, so Kellen is confirming that here. That's like, yeah, when the dinosaurs showed up, I was thinking like, oh shit, is this actually a remake of the first game? You know, they don't need to be remaking the first game. I feel like they should just make a new Tomb Raider. So what I'm seeing from this, I got a couple thoughts. A, it looks like their heart is in the right place. However, I need to know that the jumping and climbing is going to be good and fun. Because Uncharted jumping and climbing is not fun. And so...
You're assuming I've got a bad side.
So I hope that the jumping and climbing is fun. And then also, isn't this like a Amazon thing? Isn't like Amazon Game Studios doing this? I forget what they... Yeah, Amazon Game Studios. But it is developed... Okay, Crystal Dynamics is named here, though. So, I mean, that's a good sign. So yeah, I don't know. Will I play it? Probably not. But it looks like their heart's in the right place. Annapurna, let me tell you. What do you guys think of when you see Annapurna? Because until a couple months ago, when I saw this logo, I thought, oh shit, these are the guys that published Outer Wilds. It's exactly what I thought too. However, now you see this logo and you think, oh shit, these are the guys that published Mixtape. Alan Wake, I didn't know that they had any Alan Wake involvement. They've done a lot of games though. Okay, so this one confused me. So okay, we've got dinosaurs, right? We're going through. I mean, first of all, this kind of looks great. Like I liked Dino Crisis a lot, right? And so like first person, probably horror-y. We got dinosaur stuff going on. However, I got confused though because do you guys remember there was another game, I think it was called Tokyo Rumble. Tokyo Scramble. There was this other game from the Nintendo Direct called Tokyo Scramble. So the whole time I'm watching this trailer, I'm thinking that it's this game.
You've got to be kidding me.
Binary Haze? Why is that so familiar? Hang on. Who the hell is Binary Haze? Ender Lilies. Okay, they published Ender Lilies. Gotcha. But yeah, so we've got this game, dinosaur. You gotta like set traps for the dinosaurs apparently, and it's a dinosaur game. Look at that one. That one's got hair. I don't think that this is the trailer that I saw before. This looks way more Japanese than I remember. Just like with the music and the hair on the other guy. Okay. So anyway, so I was watching this trailer thinking, "Oh, is this that Tokyo Scramble game?" But apparently it's not. Apparently this is a different dinosaur game.
There's always a choice.
Lost Wild. I mean, it looks I'm definitely interested in this one. Will I play it? Probably not, but I'm interested, you know. I'm interested to know how it is. Okay, hang on. Did I miss any of my notes? No, I haven't missed any of my notes yet. What was this? Oh, yeah. This is like Onimusha, right? I have never played an Onimusha game. Oh no, this is Phantom Blade. Never mind. Wait a second. I didn't take any notes on this. I like this art style a hell of a lot. I like that there's a baby involved. Man, a lot of games with babies in them lately, huh? If you count Pragmata. This art style's awesome. So this I'll definitely have my eye on as far as whether this is something that looks good when it comes out.
Back in early 2023,
you know, that's
Phantom Blade Zero in Passio,
that's looking all
this
right.
game had incredible potential.
The Fremen wake the sleeper.
Next we had, what is this, Dune? Okay, so they're adding single player to Dune Awakening, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, I think, oh, by the way, to finish talking about Phantom Blade, I think the thing is, I didn't take any notes on this because it looks like a Souls-like, right? Like, okay, so here's the new action game where you play as a dude with a sword and you fight dudes, right? Which is just like, yeah, you know, we'll see. You know, these games can be really good, they can be really bad. So we'll just see how it is when it comes out. But I'm definitely interested by the art style. And now with Dune, who plays Dune Awakening? Because that is a MMO, right? And I guess though that they're adding a single player mode to it, which I think sounds like a really good idea if they can pull it off, you know. Because there are games like Final Fantasy XIV. If you could give me like a streamlined single player version of Final Fantasy XIV that's only like 50-60 hours long, I would love that, and I would totally play through it, you know. You think you'll never have Souls fatigue? I wouldn't say I have Souls fatigue, definitely not. But I do think that the quality of games of that genre kind of varies pretty wildly, right? Like Mortal Shell was not very good.
Dynasty Warriors 3 is getting remastered for PS5.
Dynasty Warriors 3. This is the only Dynasty Warriors game that I played. Back on when this was brand new on PS2. I played this game a shitload. And then because I played this one, I was really excited about Dynasty Warriors 4, you know, because it's the follow-up to the game I had played a whole bunch, and my friend got it. So I went over to my friend's house and played Dynasty Warriors 4, and I was like, wait a minute, this is the exact same game. So I didn't buy it, and never played Dynasty Warriors again.
Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered.
But the guy that I played as the most, I think his name was Zhou Yu. Is this the guy? Let's see. From Dynasty Warriors 3. Let's Dynasty Warriors 3. Is this the guy? I think this is the guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the guy. This was my favorite character. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Launches later this year. Pre-orders
Wasn't there a character named Lu Bu? Oh yeah, dude. Don't pursue Lu Bu.
from the award-winning studio behind the Ori series.
No Rest for the Wicked. I guess they're doing. Wait, so. Oh, so this game's just coming to PS5 now. Gotcha. This game looks okay. It definitely doesn't look like my style, though. It looks too. A, it looks too slow. And B. And by slow, I mean like clunky. And B.
Including Endgame.
I played through the Ori games, and I really just feel like. I feel like I don't like that developer very much. I feel like I have a different idea of fun than Moon Studios has.
Update on Onimusha,
Um,
the sword.
All right, so then we get into Onimusha. I have never. So now we get into what I was saying earlier. I've never played Onimusha, dude. I need to. In fact, what if we were to go over to full price charting? I'm just curious. How much is old Onimusha running these days? Is Dawn of Dreams the first one? Because I don't think Warlords is the first one, is it? Warlords is the first one? Gotcha. This game is $10 for a complete in-box? Oh, man, I gotta play this. And the second one is $12? Okay. Maybe this is a series I got to get into because I've been on a little bit of a PS2 kick lately as far as like stuff that I want to play. But yeah, like this looks awesome. There's a Steam version. I like to do original versions of stuff.
Prepare yourself. No ordinary gamer can move like that. I doubt this area was designed for walking visitors. The castle's owner must be terribly cautious.
Oh yeah, dude, this looks great. And I've seen a tiny bit of the I've seen a tiny bit of the original gameplay, yeah, with like the tank controls and fixed camera angles and stuff, and I love that kind of stuff too, you know.
If that's the path he walks, I will follow. I've chosen to trust Musashi's judgment in all matters.
Ori departed. Give me every ounce of power that you have. In return,
But okay, we get it. We're into it. What have we now? This is still Onimusha? Yeah, no, we get it. We're into it. Okay, this looked interesting. So this is ill. Oh, or wait, maybe that was Onimusha actually. I thought something else was happening. Or maybe that was the start of this trailer. This looks awesome. So I've been playing Silent Hill F lately, and it's great. I'm really into Silent Hill F so far, and then this I'm very excited about.
something doesn't feel right.
Them getting into I don't know. Why am I so excited about it? I'm not sure. I really like Silent Hill's creature designs, and I really like their puzzles, right? So, you know, it's crazy because Konami, it seems like Konami's kind of back, you know? Like, wasn't it bizarre after Konami canceled PT? And then, like, they made, like, Metal Gear Survive. Remember Metal Gear Survive? And then they made, they did, like, the whole pachinko phase and stuff. It seemed like they just weren't making video games anymore. but Silent Hill F is great, and now this looks great as well. The only thing that I'll say about this, is that during the first-person segments, like, let's see, because all of this is cutscene. We're getting all now here, right? This is all just cutscene trailer. Now we get a lean, though. But now now we're in first person. And they're trying... Now, this is gameplay, right? They want us to think that this is gameplay, right? That's the idea here. This shot is supposed to be gameplay of you sneaking past this monster. So if that's the case, then what is this? A cutscene? Or are we supposed to think that our gameplay threw that bottle? But like the lean, this is like the coming out of the lean and into the stand-up and then looking, I don't know. That looked too cutscene-y to me. So I'm a little worried about how much this game is going to actually give you control versus how much is going to be locked into cutscenes. Unless it's VR. Right, okay, so Blink brings up a good point. If this is VR footage, then that makes way more sense. Cause like now this looks like gameplay, walking forward, okay. This looks like gameplay, we're peeking around a corner. But then this looks like first-person cutscene. So we're like getting into a thing in a little first-person cutscene. Look, all I'm saying with all of this is I'm concerned that this is one of those games where you're constantly in mini cutscenes, you know? And you feel like you don't have like control over your character because like you're constantly getting locked into animations, right? But we'll see. I'm excited. This one I will play. Pretty much every other game so far I've been, you know, even if I said that it looked good, I was saying like, will I play this? Probably not. But I think it looks cool, right? This one I'm probably going to play.
The target is the front gate of the capital of our homeland. The Federation of Central
Oh, and then, okay, so now we got Ace Combat. I have it on good authority that the Ace Combat series is fucking killer, and you guys should play it, and I should play it. I've heard that, yeah. I've heard that Ace Combat is an awesome series, and you should play it.
That's where the Wings of Thief comes in. The legendary savior. Deity wants the legendary savior to get as much publicity.
And I was watching Master Knives play, I don't know, 7? And it did look really fun. But from what I understand, like, you might think like it's a military game, but like, look at this. Like, look at this shit. Does this look like a boring military game to you? No, this looks like a fun military story.
We've got a leak.
So yeah, looks cool. Maybe I'll check out this series at some point, but realistically, I probably won't. And yeah, that's the other thing, right? Is it's not like a simulator. It's just a fun game with a cool story, from what I hear. The series.
皆さんこんにちは。エースコマットシリーズブランドディレクターの河野です。お待たせいたしました。
Okay. Oh yeah, and then we have this. So Stuntman. So here we have some cool looking cars, right? Now it looks a little bit less cool with its dumb little wings. But hey, you know, it's doing cool things. Then this looks like Twisted Metal, dude. This looks like Roadkill? Was that his name? Twisted Metal Roadkill. Yeah, yeah. Is this from the new one? This has got to be the PS3 Roadkill, right? Oh, that's from the TV series. But, or maybe? What did he look like on PS1? Oh, yeah, dude. Here's the Roadkill I remember. With the big spikes on top. Yeah. Okay, anyway. PS3 Twisted Metal was tight. Dude, I bought it and played it one time. And yo, Panda. Oh, I've been doing great. In family life has been good. Okay, so yeah, it turns out that this is Stuntman. So this trailer didn't really say anything about the gameplay, but from what I understand, what a Stuntman game is like, is it's like a little race track, sort of, where it's like, okay, the idea is you're filming an action movie. So you are in control of driving a car, but your goal is like, you need to drive down the street, avoiding the hazards, and then make sure you hit the jump and crash through the car, and land on the school bus or something, and then crash through the thing. And you'll do that in gameplay. And then it's like those are like the check boxes of the things you need to do, and it's a bunch of little challenges like that, right? So it's not a racing game. It's not going to be Forza Horizon, right? It's going to be like a series of driving-based challenges that do cool action movie things, you know? And so if that sounds fun to you, there you go. That's Stuntman. You know what's funny? I remember playing Stuntman on a flip phone. I had a friend in school that had Stuntman on a flip phone, and it was top down, right? It was like GTA 1 and 2, top down driving, and it was really fun.
Great take. Think we got it.
Yep, roll play.
But yeah, they're not really showing any gameplay here, or at least not not in a way that's all that there's a GBA version, really? Hang on, I gotta see what that looks like. Stuntman GBA. It's 3D? Wow. This is actually disappointing. I was hoping it was going to be top down. Like I was saying, the mobile one was top down and it was really fun. This is a lot less exciting. But it's crazy to see 3D games on the Game Boy Advance just in general, you know? Okay, enjoy this for a second. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Action, handbrake 90. Path on the right. Hit the object. Narrow passage. Checkpoint. Handbrake 90. Skim the explosion. Hit the object.
Pass on the left. Checkpoint. Hit the object. Jump. And break 180. Give the explosion. And break 90. Hit the object. Checkpoint. Give the explosion. And break 90. Hit the object. Narrow passage. Jump. Checkpoint. Hit the object. Narrow passage. And break 90. Cut.
Oh, we've got a guest. Oh my gosh, look at this dude. Wait a second, did you see that man on the screen?
Action. Hit the object.
That was prime, dude. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta show this.
Pass on the right. Clip left. Checkpoint.
Have I ever told you guys my idea? My VTuber idea? Dude, here's the thing. This is my idea. I would love to start over streaming as a VTuber, but I want my VTuber model to look like this. I want my VTuber model to be like a Deus Ex or like Half-Life 1 looking guy. Or like this. What if you did VTubing, but your dude looked like this? Talking. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, anyway. I got excited about that, but hang on, we have a guest though. She's sleeping though, so well, she's making some noises. She's still got her bib on from eating. Oh, there we go. And she might be in a little bit of a food coma here from eating, but here you go. Here's the baby update. She's doing great. She like doubled in size. Yeah, she's grown a lot already. Oh my gosh. What do the cats think of the baby? You know, very little. Like Magic hasn't really interacted with her at all, I feel like. And then Mia will get curious enough to like come up and try to sniff her, but she'll also try to step on her. Mia wants to like plant her feet right on her to sniff her, so we kind of have to like keep her away a little bit. And then she just kind of gives up and then lays down next to her or something. So, the cats have they've looked at her a little bit, but not very much. Not much interaction yet. And she doesn't know what a cat is yet, she's got no opinions on the cats. But all right, there we go. There's your baby update. And that's the thing. The cats can't hear her, and that's also something that's been generally just kind of weird to think about. is that well, one thing that's been kind of surprising is I keep forgetting that she can hear, because like Mia's deaf, right? And we're very, very used to deaf cat. So whenever I realize that like she can hear me and like I might wake her up if I'm loud or something like that, it's like it's kind of a weird thing to remember. But then also just the other just strange kid thing versus having cats, right? Is that like she's gonna keep getting smarter, right? Like I feel like she's not as smart as the cats yet, right? For the most part, I feel like she's still dumber than a cat in that like she can't get around on her own, right? She wouldn't be able to if we put food in front of her, she wouldn't be able to eat it on her own. You know, she doesn't know she doesn't know very much. But like not only will she be as smart as the cats pretty soon, but she's going to get smarter than them, you know what I mean? Like the cats, they get smarter for about a year, maybe 2 years, right? And then they're just kind of at that intelligence level for the rest of their lives. That's the cat for like, 15, 20 years after that. But her, she's just going to keep getting smarter and keep exhibiting new behaviors and keep having new ideas and stuff, which is crazy to think about. Just that it's like the way that she is, right? A cat. The cats have been the same people. I was going to say MFers. Well, I can say that. The cats have been the same MFers for, over 10 years. While her, she's going to be different. In 1 month, she's going to be different. And in a month after that, she's going to be different again. It's crazy. Anyway, we've had the baby update. We can get back to video game talk. Let me go put her in her bassinet for a nap. Because it seems like she's ready to nap here. So yeah, I'll be right back again. Enjoy this guy. All right. When I set her down, she like immediately opened her eyes back up when I set her down. So we'll see if she gets another visit. If she wakes up and gets a little bit more talkative. All right. Where were we? Okay, we were on Stuntman. We're done with Stuntman. What was this?
It's like a beast tore him apart. A beast? Out here? Are you drunk or something? Do him up and show him out.
This must be ill then, right? Team Clout. Okay, yeah. So this one looks pretty crazy. Excuse me. So what we have on this one, first of all, this text. Ooh, where have I seen this before? This is just the Resident Evil like 7 logo. Okay, maybe not. Maybe more. Maybe it's the 8. Maybe it's the 9. I guess it's a little different. Just the typeface, but then also like the stuff through it. Also kind of reminds me of the Evil Within's logo, but I guess that doesn't have the stuff through it. All right, never mind. I just feel like I've seen this exact thing before, but maybe not this exact thing. Who the hell is Team Clout? Yeah, but tell me who they are. Do they have any other games? Maybe not. New studio, perhaps? Whoops. So anyway, what are we getting at? The thing I wanted to point out was like this. So this looks pretty crazy. I wonder how dynamic this is, right? Like if you shoot the right side of the dude's head, is it gonna do that? Or is this just what the basic headshot looks like? You know what I mean? Or maybe that's a cutscene. That one might even be a cutscene, but then the actual gameplay won't look like that.
And you're tough.
You know what I mean? Like, actually, let's consider that. They kind of make this look... They're wanting you to think this is gameplay here, I feel like. But then, like, what about this one? This one looks... Yeah, that one looks pretty crazy too, actually. The motion blur is kind of getting rid of it. But this actually looks the same. This looks like the same head gore, I feel like. Yeah. So maybe they just made like one crazy looking exploding head and then that's what they all look like. That's kind of normal video game stuff.
Surprisingly lively for someone who just came out of a coma. If you want to survive, you gotta hustle.
But yeah, this looks like this one, this one's a maybe for me, you know.
I'll take my chances. Turns out I'm a lucky man.
Like, this looks really cool. This shit right here looks very cool. This gets me more interested in it, you know? That it looks kind of wild.
You'll find nothing there.
And like that, yeah. Like this kind of reminds me of like Scorn, you know? Is this guy's crotch blurred out? I can't tell if this is blurred or not. Or if that's just what his skin looks like. I like the smile he's got on him though. That's kind of great.
But death.
Oh yeah. And then here you've got like the Thing. Right? This is pretty great. Very the Thing-ish right here. And then that reminds me of Callisto Protocol. Punching a zombie. Okay. And now this is where I think I'm sold here. Punching a zombie baby in the head is really great. This is like, okay, I might have to play this. And then here, okay, so we're shooting dude's leg off, but then look at this. He stays he stays standing, and now he's doing a hop. Look at this. A one-footed hop? So maybe this game is, like, if this is gameplay, then this game is going to have, like, dismemberment, like Dead Space, right? Like, remember how Dead Space had, like, you know, you could chop something's limb off, and then it would continue to, like, come at you with a limb missing? This game might have that going on, which would be pretty cool. And then I feel like there's a theme of that, actually, because then this is like, okay, so you've removed the head, and now the head is still attacking you, right? So I feel like there's a whole theme going on here of, like, you can blow them apart, but they're still alive.
Well, good luck. Keep quiet in there.
So yeah, very, very interesting. You know, I think I'll be surprised if this game comes out and it's actually good. There's just something about this trailer to me that I don't really buy that it's gonna be super good. I think I'm cautiously optimistic though, you know? Like I'm definitely interested, and I'll be following this one. But I won't be surprised if it doesn't deliver. And then this is yeah. So this is Control. This looks awesome. This particular trailer, I didn't think really did anything particularly great. Like this trailer has been the weakest of the trailers I've seen of this game so far. I think because it showed the least weird artwork and the least gameplay. Because the gameplay that I've seen of this and like a lot of the art direction has been like this. Like, this is sick. This is fucking cool, dude. Like, this kind of stuff in this game looks so cool. And like that? Whoa, bro! Like, this is super cool. It's even got... Are there even little arms up here?
You are not FBC. You're not even fucking human.
The FBC
yeah, so... I haven't played Control yet. I'm gonna have to play that. And then this looks really, really cool.
The past doesn't matter.
So I would definitely say, of like all of the games that are upcoming, what am I...
Who are you today?
I don't know if... I think Silent Hill... Townfall? Is that what it was called? The new Silent Hill, I think, is like the only... Oh, I wanted to talk about... I wanted to talk about this also. The last... I think Silent Hill is like the only game right now where I'm like, I'm definitely going to buy this. Control is the #1 game that I want to know more about. You know what I mean? And I think, and when I say I want to know more about it, I don't think that means that I need to see more of the game or see more trailers. I think it means I need to play Control 1. Really, you know? And yeah. So, all the games being packed into September is kind of concerning. That's a pretty normal thing, though. Like, maybe that died down for a while, but I feel like that has always kind of been the case, that it's the holiday season, right? The holiday season has to be packed. By the way, this I love. This little bit here, this little boom boom, that's really great. And the thing about this is that I'm noticing Remedy loves live action stuff. They love FMV, they love live action. Like, Alan Wake has, what's the Twilight Zone that's in Alan Wake? That keeps coming on TV. I can't remember what it was called, but they have these little, like, Twilight Zone episodes. that randomly play on the TVs. And then, do you guys remember they even made? Do you guys remember when Remedy made a game that had a TV show tie-in, and the game was episodic? It was called Quantum Break. Quantum Break. This was Remedy, right? Night Springs. That was the name of the Twilight Zone thing. Yes. Yeah, developed by Remedy. Do you guys remember that Quantum Break was a game that Remedy made? Whoops. But then it had like a live action TV show tie-in. So this looks like the video game. I wonder if this is going to show anything about the TV show. It looks like it's not. And then I don't imagine that a game walkthrough will have anything about it. I'm not crazy, right? I'm remembering this right, yeah? It would have episodes of the show between chapters of the game. Exactly. The game was episodic, and you were supposed to watch the TV show between the game episodes. So anyway, the reason I say this is that, like, even if that was a failure, right? It's just that, like, Remedy does really well with live action stuff, though, is all I'm really saying. And so, you know, I just really liked this little live action stinger on this trailer. The show was about the agents that chase the guy that you play. That sounds really cool, dude. Here we've got Marathon. The funny thing about this Marathon trailer to me is that it looks like they are taking the feedback that this game is an eyesore to look at, and so they decided to make the new expansion be really dark the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, just make everything really dark, and then people's eyes will stop bleeding. Hate Bungie? I loved original Destiny. Marathon isn't dead yet. I mean, how's it doing? How's Marathon doing right now? Oh, hey, it's the top searched game. Okay. It's got a little bit. What are we on right now? We're on is this the last week? Yeah. It's got a little bit of a spike after the state of play. Because they released a new like season expansion, right? Okay. So they were struggling to hit 10,000 players per day, but it looks like the defibrillator, like right here, that was this right here, with the defibrillator, and it looks like it seems to have done something. They're squeezing more out of it for sure. Look at the all-time. Every game's all-time chart looks something like this. Yeah. Here's the thing. This downward dip looks really bad, but I feel like this is what every game looks like. Kind of the problem is that they peaked at less than 100K, which for a live service game is not going to cut it, you know? Because here's the thing about this game, and you've probably heard other people say the same exact thing, but it's true. This isn't just 88,000 players, which is a small peak. It's also 88,000 people, or a few, not quite that many, but it's about this many people who are not playing Destiny 2 now. You know what I mean? Like, Marathon has failed to it seems like it is failing to be the new game that's going to sustain Bungie, and it's also taking away from their previous game, you know. But let's see. Like, Arc Raiders is a really popular game, right? First of all, this game peaked at almost 500,000, and it has a lot more people right now. But if you look at the all-time chart, okay, actually, that doesn't look as bad. I mean, it's still, if we start here, right? Because there's a big boost that happened right here that I wasn't expecting. But still, though, I mean, it looks like a big drop off, you know? Or like, what's another game that a lot of people are playing right now? Because like Destiny 2, of course, is gonna be pretty dead if you were to do that. Okay, I'm wrong. All right, maybe I'm actually just wrong about what I'm saying about the curves of games. And yeah, Path of Exile, you're right. Like, this is a game that's going to, yeah, okay. Interesting. So point taken, Marathon does look worse than other live service games for sure. And this little boost that they got from the new season is only bringing them to less than half of what their original peak was. That looks pretty bad too. At the artwork issue that I had to deal with a while back, yeah, that was the funniest. That was the thing about Marathon for me, was that here's kind of the deal. I wanna talk about the artwork thing for a second and my thoughts on Marathon in general, because I haven't really talked about Marathon in general before. I don't think. Here's kind of what I think. This, I think, is quite ugly graphically. This, I think, is extremely ugly graphically. Like, I am very put off by this art style. I think that this looks very ugly, very bad. However, this kind of stuff, I need to like move. I need to like move my camera here. This kind of stuff over here, like the little plus right here, it looks bad because I zoomed it in, but like this like little plus, this Marathon, then you've got like the highlight with the negative letters here, and then that lines up with like these words. Then you got like these little icons and stuff down here that don't really mean anything, and then the tiny little text here. And it's sandwiched in the two pluses as if you're looking at it in like a CAD program or something. This looks fucking awesome. I love this design. But it turned out that all this stuff they just stole from someone. It turns out that all this stuff was just totally lifted from another guy. Like that, all of that artwork. So I thought that was very funny. That was a hell of a hurdle in the game's development. So yeah, that was and signage. Thank you. I've been trying to find out like what the word is, because I'm like, well, it's not the graphic design or art. I'm trying to think of like the graphic design, but not in the game, like the stuff around the game. Yeah. That's the stuff that I always thought looked really cool, and they did a really good job with marketing as far as that stuff goes. But again, then it turned out that the style was just like totally lifted. I mean, and so you might be asking what I'm like. Some of you might be asking what I'm talking about. Marathon, I'll say signage, stolen artwork. Let's just Google search this. Okay, here's a Reddit thread about it. Anti-Real. That was the name of the guy, or person, or artist, right? So if we go like Twitter. Anti-Real. So here's this artist. Oh, okay. And so yeah, like all of this kind of stuff, right? So this is on the left here is Anti-Real original artwork, and then on the right is Marathon's marketing. As just one big example, right? So it was pretty funny to see, like, to see the original trailers and just think, man, I really like all of that kind of artwork that's in these trailers, but I don't really like how the game looks. And then there turned out to be controversy surrounding the only thing that I thought looked good about the game. Anyway.
Deepens your mastery.
Then we have this. Oh, this is like RuneScape. I guess RuneScape has like a survival game or something. This looks kind of cool. I had totally forgotten that this was a thing.
Cross deadly terrain. Mass forage in seconds.
So yeah, for people who are into survival games, I guess there's a RuneScape one. Is it good? I really like Valheim, but I don't really like survival stuff in general. I don't know though. Like, this looks like just that little bit here. Shooting that dude with that arrow and this damage number comes out and stuff, and now you jump over to him and loot him. I mean, that looks fun.
Build a home together. Farm the land.
Like, this looks quite good, I think.
Make it yours.
I'll probably never get around to it, but it looks good. And then, what do we got? Guitaru Man. My brother got me this game for Christmas, and I haven't played it yet. But, you know, I'll play it at some point. Oh, yeah, and then other PS2 stuff, Psyops. I feel like I remember this game. I remember this game being pretty well liked when it came out. But you know what game? You know what game got way more hype? Do you guys remember the game Second Sight for PS2? Do you guys remember this game? I remember hearing that this game was super awesome. But I never played it myself. But it was kind of similar, where it was like a third-person shooter where you had psychic powers and could throw stuff around. You know, you had telekinesis. Yeah. I'd be interested to try that. It's from the TimeSplitter devs. That explains a lot. Oh yeah, Codemasters. There you go. That explains a lot as far as why it was so competent, apparently. All right, and then okay. So then,
and finally, Onimusha: Dawn of Dreams, a Capcom classic from 2006, launches later this year in August.
There's one of the Onimusha games. So Dawn of Dreams, they said, wasn't that the one that was a little bit more expensive? If we look for Onimusha, so the first two games are dirt cheap. Demon Siege is pretty cheap also. Dawn of Dreams, not that expensive, but a little bit more expensive. And I guess that's gonna be on PlayStation Plus or whatever soon. So all right. Yeah, and then so here's Until Dawn. This is funny. Right when I saw like this shot, I was like, "Oh, this is the Until Dawn devs, isn't it?" And then it turns out, yes, this is just Until Dawn 2. So if you liked Until Dawn, here you go. Here's another one. I don't really like this I don't really like this genre. And I don't just mean movie games. I also mean slashers and stuff like that. Like, I really dislike, like movies and stuff like Friday the 13th and stuff. I'm not really into the kind of movie that's like, let's introduce a bunch of young kids who are like annoying, and they're like annoying people, but they're not actually bad people, and then they get murdered. And and then like a bunch of innocent people get killed. I don't know. I'm just not really into it. I like it. Oh, I guess we're in 480. We've been in 480p this entire time. Sorry about that.
Oh, you two haven't met yet.
Yeah, like
Sebastian.
I feel like it. I feel like it might be a little bit pussified for me to say, but it's just how I feel. I get a weird feeling when I see it, like, portrayal of like innocent people getting violently killed. You know, I don't like it generally. There's exceptions. Like there's definitely exceptions, like plowing people down in Grand Theft Auto, you know, who cares, right? And that kind of thing. I don't really care about that kind of thing. I think it's like in this, it's like you get to know the people. It's like they want you to empathize with them, because like they try to humanize the characters and then they kill them, right? And not into it. So definitely won't be playing this one. Just not my kind of game and not my kind of genre in general. But that's that, right? Until Dawn 2. If you're into Until Dawn and The Quarry and those kinds of games, there you go. They're doing Until Dawn 2. And I do think that the idea of like a vacation setting seems kind of cool, right? I do like the idea of, instead of like cabin in the woods, it's more of like a tropical setting, which is a little bit more like paradisey, you know, which I think is at least a little bit more interesting. But yeah, that's about that. Okay. Before we get into the main topic here, let me look at my notes and see if I missed anything. But I think I basically said everything that I had on my eye. Kind of what Dead Island did to zombie game settings. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we get into the big thing, the God of War game. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. First of all, this is a great presentation. I'm glad it's not a trailer. I'm glad that they're just like, here is presumably the first 20 minutes of the game, right? That shows a lot of confidence in the game, right? When they just show uncut footage of the game for as long as possible, it shows a lot of confidence. Because I always say that, like, the best way to know whether you like a game, like whether you should be interested in a game, is to like go to like a Twitch stream and just watch it for a little bit, you know? I don't really base very many. If ever I am on the fence about a game, right? I feel like the best thing to do is watch 15-20 minutes of it on Twitch and see if I want to play it, you know? And that's basically what they're providing here, is just, here's 20 minutes of gameplay. Awesome. Really good idea for the presentation, really good presentation. So, let's talk about what we see here, though. You guys might be mad at me because I'm gonna say a lot of negative things, but they're not the same negative things that other people have been saying. And these are things that oh, hey, look at I actually didn't notice this before. So X's new game right here. So there we go. I guess that was now like we're on title screen. So okay, yeah, I didn't catch that the first time. First of all, I'm not gonna avoid the elephant in the room, though. I'm not avoiding the elephant in the room. We're going to jump right into what is always like the main topic of conversation, which is, I do not think that this lady's ugly. There's a lot of talk lately about like female protagonists in games and like developers intentionally holding back how good they make the characters look and that kind of thing. And while I do think that a game like Stellar Blade has a very appealing main character, where it's like they definitely wanted the game to be maximum appealing. Boom, Stellar Blade, right? I get it, great. However, I kind of feel like people are going a little bit too hard on every other game now, right? Like, I feel like if the main character doesn't look as good as 2B or Eve, people are getting too harsh and they're acting like this lady doesn't look good enough. I don't know. I don't really agree with that. I think she looks totally fine. Now, if I was the motion cap actress, though, like if I was the actress that did the face scan and motion capture, I maybe would have been like, could you have done something about the mouth thing? But hey, you know, that's just me. But overall, though, I think she looks totally fine. And here's the other very noticeable thing about just about the graphics and the character design as well is her hair looks insanely good, like physics-wise. I have never seen a hair look this good in a game. Usually, hair kind of looks like it's underwater a little bit, or it looks like it doesn't really respond enough to... we gotta fast forward a little bit in order for you to see what I'm talking about. Look at this hair.
Okay.
And how it bounces when she runs.
It happened. They're starting.
Look how insanely good this hair bouncing looks. It's crazy.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
It looks very good. Okay, now I have to rewind, though, so I can start complaining. I did all of this talking, and all of the time that all of this talking happened, all that we're seeing is a single uncut shot of her face.
Where am I?
And here's where we're going to get into where people are probably going to be mad at me because I'm probably going to be inadvertently talking a bunch of shit about Dad of Boy God of War, which I never played. Is this what Dad of Boy God of War is like? Where the camera never fucking cuts ever? Because it's like, okay, I get that she's doing something in her hand right now, but could we have seen a shot of her hand first? Okay, now there's this thing. This thing's pretty cute. But like...
You know where I am?
Okay, but we're not playing yet. Now the camera... Oh, I guess we are getting into a little bit. The games are meant to be one single shot. I hate this. I think that this single camera shot presentation is super boring. I haven't played Dad of Boy. I thought Dad of Boy looked really bad when I saw like the trailers of that and the gameplay of that. I thought it looked super boring, super awful, was not in the slightest bit interested in it, so I never played it. Even though everybody says it's really great, everyone told me it's great, everyone said you have to play it, you have to give it a shot. I don't know, man. I thought it looked terrible. And by terrible, I mean not for me, right? Of course. And now I'm watching this trailer, and I feel like all the same things that I thought looked bad about Dad of Boy look bad about this. So here we have a QTE. Now here's the thing about QTEs, is that, I mean, this one's fine, but we'll get into it more later. We get R2. Okay, there's a QTE. God of War games popularized QTEs. They're still in the God of War games. All right, that's fine. I got nothing wrong with QTEs. In fact, I like QTEs if they're done right. We'll talk about whether they're done right. Now here we've got gameplay. And now this is just kind of my thing. All right, and here's the thing, and this is the same thing I thought about Dad of Boy, is that look at the way that the character is right here on screen. And then even through the attacks, it's like the camera is locked onto her body, you know, and over to the side. And then even here, when we're moving this way, she's still facing that way, even though we're not locked on. I feel like I feel like when a character stays facing forward, it should like specifically be when you're locked onto something, not when you're just moving, right? So the strafing looks kind of weird to me. Maybe they are locked on, whatever. But just like the way that this camera is just so stiffly locked to the character in this position, I think makes the combat look really bad. And this is like the primary reason that I never played Dad of Boy, because I saw the combat and I saw the way that the camera does this, and I was like, that looks like a nightmare to control. I just do not like the look of it at all. Yeah, like the character always to the side and all that. And like all of this, right? This is what I'm talking about. Like the way that the character is now facing away from the player as like they turn this way, it just looks so stiff and awkward, and I don't like it. I don't like it. That said, though, hey, these animations look pretty cool, right? This thing looks awesome, by the way. I love the look of this little Pokemon thing. And like this part too, dude. Here we have this long, like we're double timing it here. We have this long, boring shot of her slowly putting the armor on. Like, can we just get a couple of camera cuts and skip most of that? You know what I mean? You could change the camera angle 2 times. And just skip most of that time. But nah. I guess it all has to be one shot. But okay, but then here is where I'm looking at this going, holy shit, look at these graphics though. Like this looks insanely good graphically. Again, I'm still impressed by the hair. The hair physics are better than I've ever seen. And then like graphically, this looks insane. Insanely good. Like, even, I mean, I know I keep talking about the hair, but like, look at this. Look at this frame. Look at the way that the light is hitting the hair on this frame. Like, are you kidding me with how good that looks?
If there's another mask, their path isn't safe.
So, okay, we got a squeeze point, of course, you know. Always got to have those. Graphics are really good. And then I feel like I feel like just the whole summary of all of this is I am just really not into this style where the camera never cuts. I like, and this is kind of a thing just in general for me of like I like when games have cutscenes that feel nice and cinematic. Like something that is also annoying to me besides like, so this game's got its uncut camera that I keep complaining about. Another thing that bugs me is games that have like the Mass Effect style conversations of like camera shot of character A talking, then camera shot of character B talking, camera shot of A talking, camera shot of B talking, and both characters are just standing there in their default pose, and they might just have one little animation that they do sometimes while they talk. And other than that, it is only their mouth that is moving and maybe a little bit of breathing animation. But let's get real, a lot of the time, the breathing doesn't even match up to their talking. I think that shit is so fucking boring. Watching a cutscene of 2 characters talking where they're just standing there with their gobs moving. you know? And all you get is static shots of both of them. I want Metal Gear Solid. Panda Chief, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. Metal Gear Solid spoiled all of us with dynamic camera angles, cinematic camera angles, characters that have business during the cutscenes where they walk around and they're doing things.
What are these holes in the wall for?
They interact with each other. And like the cutscenes go places, right? We've been very spoiled by Metal Gear Solid, and so other games drive me crazy with that kind of thing. And so cutscenes that have choreography that matter. Yeah, exactly. Every Bethesda game, not really Bethesda, because Bethesda just does the maybe they're different now. Actually, yeah, I think recent Bethesda games are like this, and then the older ones are like just character locked in like this with just their mouth talking the entire time, which is also pretty boring. But I don't think it's as bad because at least it's first person. At least it's giving you the immersion of like first person. And then the other thing that I wanted to complain about with cutscenes and this type of thing, I don't know, I lost it. Anyway, here we have another QTE. I can't help but notice that this QTE is the same button as the last one. I can only imagine what happens if you fail this QTE. Maybe the cutscene just plays out differently but ends up the same way. I'm not sure. But wait, what did this QTE do? Is the idea that we were gonna try to do something but then they stop you? I don't know. This thing, I think, is weird. It's like, I don't know what this R2 press achieves. And yeah, so like that QT, it felt very random and out of place. Exactly. Like, here's the thing. God of War popularized QTEs, and they did it right. Where every QTE had like a very specific action assigned to it, as in like when Kratos is winging up his arm, right, and then and then you get the button press, you know what the button press is gonna do, right? Or like something is falling at you, right? You know what the button press is gonna do, and all that kind of stuff. And I think that that's very important. While the boat sex, right, there were those as well. The other thing with QTEs, I feel like also in God of War they were relatively predictable about when they were gonna happen, you know? Where it was like when you grapple an enemy, it puts you into a QTE sequence, you know what I mean? And then the other really important thing about the QTEs in God of War is that if you miss them, then the cutscene plays out a different way. And maybe that happens here, but I don't know. This just seems pointless, right? It signifies that our magic doesn't work. I don't think you need to press R2 in order to get that point across, you know? Like that one just seemed a little pointless. I like that there's another Pokemon here. So the Pokemon is gonna be like a big thing. I also like the design of this guy. Wait a second, I missed this! Our Pokemon buddy right here. I mean, maybe there's more than one of them, but they're tossing our Pokemon buddy into the fire over here. I loved that little buddy. And now here's the thing, is that the problem with them tossing that little buddy into the fire is that their intention is to replace him with something much worse. Let's get into it, shall we? Because here is when the trailer really fell apart for me. Like I was saying, all of my problems with this trailer so far, or all of my problems with what this game looks like so far, are the same exact problems I had with God of War 2018. They're all the same reasons that I didn't play God of War 2018. I just thought that the gameplay looked bad. And I feel the same way here. And so if you thought that God of War 2018 played well, then you probably thought that the trailer here looked good. And so, okay, all right, cool. But now we get into some real problems. After these two look pretty cool. You know, well, this cutscene is just more of my usual problem of like, can you please cut the fucking camera and get this dialogue moving a little bit? It doesn't have to be one uncut shot the whole time. That just makes this super fucking boring. But all right. After all this, though. Oh yeah, then this stuff looks cool. Like, okay, so they're introducing like that thing over there. That's pretty awesome. Again, though, needlessly drawn out because they can't have any camera cuts. But here we go. Here's where everything falls apart for me.
Okay. I think they're gone.
Just be careful.
Is that
Fresh air.
now it's time?
You're different.
You're a cube. Talking. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Like, here is where we get into millennial writing. And now we need to talk about what God of War was versus what God of War, or versus what this is. Now, this is God of War 2, right? But here's the thing that's very noticeable about God of War 1, 2, and 3 when you play them. Is, especially when you watch like the development behind the scenes and stuff of like PlayStation 2 games in development, when you see behind the scenes of the developers working on God of War and working on Ratchet and Clank, working on Twisted Metal, what was the vibe of the work environment in those? And of course it's all touched up in editing for the production package that they're making, and it doesn't necessarily reflect reality exactly, but the vibe was dudes having fun, Panda, exactly. And not just having fun, but it's like when they talk about their design decisions, when they talk about designing God of War, and what you very much feel in the gameplay is you feel that every single design decision that they made in the game was based purely on how much ass it would kick. You know, that was their primary concern, was that this game needs to kick as much ass as possible. And whatever is the most awesome thing to do, that's what goes in the game, right? And it seemed like that was the design philosophy. But now we have writing like this.
Oh, you're different.
You're a cube. Talking. You know what? It doesn't matter. How do we get out of here?
And I hate it. Apologies, I swallowed my coffee a little bit wrong. So now we're talking to a sword in a cube, and like the sword looks cool. And like I don't even mind the design of the cube that much, right? Like the design, like the fact that you're talking to a cube is like the fact that it's a talking jelly cube, I don't even care. That part of it is fine, right? I can kind of get behind talking jelly cube. It's the words themselves.
Could you do that again?
My magic's wrong here. I feel wrong here.
You want out, right?
I think we all want that.
We definitely do.
Faye, you need to accept it. All of it. You're dead.
How? How do I accept that?
Simple. Focus. You're here.
Hang on a second. remember the part in God of War after you fight the Hydra? First of all, remember when this was the game was the gameplay of God of War? First of all, right? Here we go. Just purely awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, that's what the player says while they're playing the game. Oh yeah. Right? And then hang on. Let's bring me to the end of the fight here. Sure if these are all we got. Oh baby. Good. Like, look at him trying to get off, but it's too tall. Oh fuck. All right. And then what are the cutscenes and dialogue like in this game? Well, here, hang on a second. First we had to do some stuff. Oh yeah, and then we run into its mouth. Now we just jump in here. Oh, this game is so cool, dude.
Thank you. Thank the gods you came back for me.
I did not come for you. Yeah! It's so good, dude. Oh man. So
Be here.
But what if I need to be somewhere else?
Then focus on what you do need.
Find your way home.
Hey, that's it. What were you thinking of?
A promise.
Okay, we'll take it. Now let's get out of here.
this is going on for a long time. So I thought that we were on this part right away, but there was a lot more here first.
We'll take it. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. Get ready.
Wait! Not a good idea. Bad idea.
Yes.
Now this part of the trailer confused me. Maybe someone can enlighten me here. She's winding this up for a long fucking time here with the QTE, right? But then at the very end, this other voice comes in. I thought it was the sword talking at first, but this time it doesn't sound like it's the sword talking.
Wait! Not a good idea. Bad idea.
I don't even know who that was talking. But okay. So then we get back into gameplay. You think it is the sword? Or the cube? Or right, the cube. Oh, the sword has several voices. Okay, gotcha. So now now this part I'm not sure what to think. I kind of like that there's a jelly cube floating around. Like it's silly in a way that I'm kind of into right back here. But I don't like them talking to each other all the time, you know? Which again, that was my problem with Dad of Boy, right? I didn't want to have a game where like there's this boy that's like with you the whole time, talking to you the whole time, saying little quips during the combat the entire time, telling you how to solve all the puzzles the entire time, you know? Like all that kind of stuff I don't want. Whether it's a boy or a cube, I think the cube is funnier. I like the cube more than the boy. But I think that they both serve the same gameplay purpose, which is something that I don't want to be happening, you know? So that's kind of I guess that's kind of it. in general as far as my overall thoughts on God of War. And you're saying they're different characters, they should talk differently. I mean, I agree with that. It's just I think that the writing and the pacing of the cutscenes in this are so slow, and they're taking so long to get through the dialogue that I think is not is it different, it's annoying. Like the way that it's written in this one seems very millennial, quirky millennial type writing, which I just cannot stand, you know? And it's so different from the vibe of like the old games that were just concerned about, that were just much more concerned about, sorry, I'm watching the gameplay here. Yeah, just like getting it across, I don't know, more efficiently, I guess. That sentence got away from me a little bit here. But all right, so that's all. I think that's about all my thoughts on the God of War trailer. Did I miss anything? Am I wrong about anything? What do you guys think? Basically, what I'm seeing about this is, I mean, this just looks exactly like God of War 2018 to me, which from a gameplay perspective and a writing perspective, I'm just very not into. It's just super, super not my style. I don't think that this looks any worse than what I've seen from the 2018 God of Wars, though, I'll say. You know? Like, I do feel like the reception to this one seems like people are acting like this is like a turn downward from those games. And just from me, who again has not played those games, I've only seen a little bit, and I've only seen a little bit of this one. They kind of look exactly the same to me, but maybe the writing wasn't so annoying in the 2018 God of War. And maybe that's what has got people extra fired up or extra concerned. But yeah. But all right, there we go. That's my thoughts on the whole state of play. Overall, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about here, you know? Like I say, I don't play a lot of games now, right? Well, I mean, no, I do. I don't play a lot of the games that are in presentations like this, I feel like, maybe, is the thing. I don't know. What am I trying to say? I am playing a lot of games right now. I'm playing Mina the Hollower, and Silent Hill F, and Slay the Spire 2, and Yakuza 5, all at the same time right now. As far as things that are in this, like I'm saying, if you're into Wolverine, I feel like Wolverine looks awesome. If you're into the Until Dawn games, I feel like, that one's probably pretty gonna be good. Control looks awesome. I will very likely at least play the first Control. So yeah, there's a lot to. I feel like there's a lot to like here, depending on what kind of games that you're into. Currently finishing Tunic. I loved Tunic. Oh man. And yeah, I'm very into indie games as well. Like the other games that I've been playing, like I am still in the middle of my Blueprints playthrough, and Blueprints is so good. As far as like what are my most anticipated games right now, like what is it? Is there any game that is very anticipated for me? Silent Hill Townfall is kind of that. But actually, let me just look at my Steam wish list. And yo, Perlio. It's harder to play games and harder to watch movies, so you completely ignore movie games for sure. I am a gameplay first type guy, And so, of course, I am not really into the movie games. What am I looking forward to coming up? I mean, I'm looking forward to playing Stellar Blade once I get into that. And then, there's just other indie games that I haven't played yet. Like Guns of Fury looks cool. Another Crab's Treasure looks cool. I'm on the fence about Super Meat Boy 3D. I might check that out. I was told about a game called Elementalis, which looked pretty cool, so I might check that out. There's an indie horror game coming up called Holston that looks really cool, and there's a demo of it, and the demo of it is awesome. Indie game called Gunmetal Gothic that looks cool that I want to check out. Bloodstained Starlight Engagement. Ooh, Wings of V2, right. Wings of V is one of my all-time favorite games, and the solo developer is making a sequel to it now. So Wings of V2 will be excellent. There's a game called Song Runner that looks pretty interesting too, where it's like a line passes across the screen and you play notes. Here, I'll just show you. Song Runner trailer. Yeah, this game looks pretty neat. So, like, you play notes on a keyboard in order to create platforms. Right? That seems pretty sweet, doesn't it? So yeah, I'll definitely play this when it comes out. All right, and then I gotta run to the bathroom real quick, and then I'm coming back to probably wrap up. I'll be right back. Okay. So, it's been 3 hours. What I'm kind of planning on doing here is I would like to get into a little bit more of a groove where I am able to start streams a little bit earlier, like I did today, right? Like a daytime or like a, 10 a.m. Central Time kind of starting time, a little bit more often here, and then it'll be, but it will be a shorter stream because there's a lot to do, We'll see how it ends up working out, right? No promises, but that's kind of the idea right now. Yo, Crushing Tide is to do shorter streams, but they're a little bit earlier on in the day, and then that lets me continue to do dad stuff for the rest of the day, you know. So I want to come on, I want to talk about stuff. Today we kind of took up the entire day just talking about different topics. I wanted to do one little follow-up. I know it's kind of too late now, but about the Mario thing. Okay, so for 2 seconds, back to the Mario thing. I don't know if I said this. My final thoughts on the Mario thing is that I feel like it's all well and good that they took the actions that they took. However, I kind of have two problems with it, right? First is that I don't think Nifsky did anything wrong, and I think it's wild that he's getting punished. And I especially think it's wild that people would get punished just for helping him. This is crazy to me. And then the second issue that I have with it, and this is the much bigger issue, right? Like, okay, so Nifsky got like banned from the Discord for a little while, and he's not a mod, you know, whatever. Here's the actual problem: is if you think it's a problem that these guys conspired to manipulate the moderator vote, these two conspired to manipulate the moderator vote, and you think that this is a problem, and it's a big enough problem that these two have been removed as moderators, right? If this is a big enough problem that we're taking action, then why aren't we redoing the vote? That's my big ultimate takeaway from this is I want to see actual, like, the thing is, these two weren't just mean or whatever. They caused a bad rule change to happen, right? Like, something happened because of their actions, and we need to reverse that. Or we need to talk about doing another vote or whatever, in order to potentially correct the mistake that was made, you know? So that's my feeling on that is I need to see that, right? Because this all is fine, but it seems a little empty without like a going forward plan on how to actually fix the damage. But okay, there we go. Easier for Europeans to watch the stream when it's earlier. Yeah, I definitely like streaming earlier in the day. All right, well, anything else I need to talk about before I go? Today we mostly just talked about some stuff, but next time I'm streaming, I do want to play God of War 2. How do you guys feel about that? I played through God of War 1 about 2 years ago on stream, and now I want to play through God of War 2. I've just been thinking about it. I want to play through it. It should be fun. It'll be fun. But yeah, that's about that. That'll be maybe next time. And until then, how we doing? Have I ever played the Ys games? No. I was actually looking them up really recently, though. I was looking into how to play them, and I know that there's a million ways to play them, but you know me. I am a original version Andy. And the version that I feel like looked the best, unfortunately, is the TurboGrafx version that's like $300. It seems like this is the best way to play the first couple. Is the TurboGrafx? Yes, exactly, Blink. From what I looked at, from like the gameplay that I looked up of these games, or of all the different versions of this game, the TurboGrafx one definitely looked the best. However, it's a bit of a steep price. So, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I was watching Brother Slime, the Twitch streamer, and he just played through like the whole series. So I watched quite a bit of it on his channel, and it looked really fun. The series looks pretty fun. Got the console for $200 with an EverDrive. I've got well, this is a CD game though. I wonder if TurboGrafx has any disc protection. I'm not sure if they do any like if they do any disc protection stuff. But what I have is a PC engine, but I believe it'll play US sorry. Having trouble here. CDs. It'll play US CDs. The PC engine will, from what I understand. But as far as like retro games that I'm working on, I'm in the middle of a Final Fantasy III replay, but I haven't played it in a minute. But you know, that's what I was last doing. And then I picked up the original Star Fox for Super Nintendo, and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, I'll probably play through Star Fox a few more times. And then, you know what game actually I've got my eye on to play next as far as like a fun old game to play? You guys ever play Radiant Silvergun? It's on a few different systems like Sega Saturn, but from what I've heard, the Steam version is really good. I've got a buddy who is a shmup expert, and he really wants me to play this game. So I'll definitely get into that. And if you guys are into shmups, I have to show you a game that you should play. Raystorm, I have not. I've actually played very few shmups, but there is one that I've played, and I need to recommend it to you guys. Now, this game was made by my buddy and his brother, so I have personal ties to this game, but I assure you, the game is legitimately excellent. Whoa! Jesus Christ! So this is a game made by my buddy and his brother, and it's really excellent. It's called Astral Gunners. It is on Steam. The soundtrack kicks ass. The gameplay is really good. And I might be playing a bunch of this on stream soon because I want to get the world record. I used to have world record, but then somebody who actually plays shmups came in and got a way better score than me. So now I have to go back and get my world record back. But it's going to be really hard. So play it. Play this game. It's really good. That's all. I'll probably play it on stream pretty soon. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm out of here. I think I'm gonna skedaddle and go hang out with my child again. My wife and child. I'm a family guy now, dude. And so for those of you on Twitch, let's find someone to raid. Let's raid Papa Nug. He's playing Hollow Knight right now, the literal best game ever made. So for those of you on YouTube, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. And for those of you on Twitch, let's go raid Papa Nug. So see you later.